So long as your hunter remember the fire, you and your fire, the tall boy trotted down the beach and turned at the watches. Edge looked back at the pink moment. The trickle of smoke sketched a circle line up the solid blue of the sky, wavered high up and faded. Laughed forward. I wonder how far off you're cold. Say that means we don't make enough smoke. The bottom part of the truck, a tough concision of the staircase tracked to a creamy blur which crept up the feeble column. They have put on green branch Richard laughed. I wonder. He screwed up his eyes and swung around to search the horizon. Got it! Jack shouted so loudly that Olaf jumped. What? Where? Is it a ship? But Jack was pointing to the high declivity that led down from the mountain to the Fletcher part of the island. Of course, they were lying up there. They must when the sun too hot. Olaf gazed bewildered at his rapt face. They get up high up and in the shade, resting during the heat, like cowards at home. I thought you saw a ship. We called still up on our point of face, so they would not say perhaps surround them, and then in the indignity took away relief control. I was talking about smoke. Don't you want to be risked? All you can talk about is big, big, big. But we want meat, and I work all day with nothing but Simon, and you come back and don't even notice this hot. I was worrying too, but you like it, shouted Olaf. You want to hand? Well, they faced each other on the brink beach, astonished at the rap of feeling. Olaf looked away first. Per, per, pretending interest in a group of immediately on the sand. From beyond the platform came the shouting of the hunter and the swimming pool. On the end of the platform, Biggie was lying flat, looking down into the boiling water. People don't help much. He wanted to explain how people were never quite what you thought they were. Simon had. He pointed at the shelter. All the rest rushed off his don't as much. Olaf looked away first, pretending interested in a group of little men on the sand. From beyond the platform came the shouting of the hunter and the swimming pool. On the end of the platform, Biggie was lying flat, looking down into the boiling water. People don't help much. He wanted to explain how people were never quite what you thought they were. Simon helped. He wanted at the shelter. All the rest rushed off. He is done as much as I have only. Simon is only about. Relief straight back to the shelter with Jack by his side. Do a pit for you, Mr. Jack, before I have a pat. Don't bother. But when they reached the shelter, Simon was not to be seen. Relax, but his head in the hole, whether weather edge and turned to Jack. "He is bezzard of God fed up," said Jack, and gone for a pat or laugh forward. "He is queer, he is funny." Jack nodded, as much for the sake of Gorrigan as anything, and by ticket consent they left the shelter and went toward the beating bowl. "And then," said Jack, "when I have had a bath and something to eat, I will just truck over to the other side of the mountain and see if I can see any truck coming." But the Sunny nearly said, "I might have time." They walked along, too continuity of experience and feeling unable to communication. "If I could only get a big, I will come back and go on with the shelter." They looked at each other. Filled in love and hate, all the warm salt water of the beating bowl and the shouting and splashing and laughing were only just suffering to bring them together again. Simon was not in the batting pool as they had expected. When the other two had trotted down the beach to look back at the mountain, he had followed them for a few years and then stopped. He had stood throwing down at a bale of sand and the beach where somebody had been trying to build a little house or a hut. Then he turned his back on this and walked into the forest with an air of purpose. He was a small, skinny boy, his chin pointed and his eyes so burly, then had the discovery laugh into thinking him delightful, gay and wicked. The car's mop of black hair was long and swung down, almost concealing a low, broad forehead. He wore the remain of short, and his feet were bare like Jack, always dark in color. Someone was burning by the sun to a deep tan glistened with sweat. He picked his way up the stair, past the great rock where Olaf had climbed on the first morning, then turned off to his right among the trees. He walked with an accent tree through the across of rotary, where the last Augustine called find an easy if Stephen mill, follow and fruit grow together on the same tree, and everywhere was the scan of repents and the booming of a million bees. At Pastor heard the little who had run after him caught up with him. The talk cried out intelligibly, legged him toward the tree, then amid the roar of bees in the afternoon light, someone found for them the fruit they called nutridge, built of the choice from up in the following, passed them back down to the angel's outstretched hand. When he had satisfied them, he paused and looked round the little, watched him inscrutable over double handle of ripe fruit. Simon turned away from them and went where the just prosperity but led him. Soon high jungle closed in, tall turning bore in expectation, Bell followed all the way up to the dark knob where life went on clamorously. The air here was dark too, and the creep dropped like the rig of founded ship. His feet left brain in the soft soil, and creep severed trough linge when he pumped them. He came at last to a place where more sunshine fell. Since they had not so far to go, Farlight to creep had movie. A great mat that hung at the side of an open space in the jungle for her a pet of rock. Come close, dissatisfied, and would not allow more than a little plant and fire to grow. The whole space was walled with dark aromatic beech, and was a pool of heat and light. A great tree following across one corner leaned against the tree that still stood, and a ripe climbed flaunted red and yellow